encouraged thousands of students over the years and wants to encourage you to fulfill your dreams. At this moment, please help me welcome Fabian Ramirez.
Thank you. I appreciate the introduction. And what a smart girl. She just told me that, she's working on her associates. She's still in high school, and she's doing a good credit program. So congratulations to you, Claudia, for that. It's true. She did say I am living my dreams. That's why I'm here today. I'm here to kind of share my story with you, and hopefully by the end of today, you walk out going, man, if that dude can do it, I can do it. Because I got to tell you, all the odds were against me. I got to tell you, I'm writing a book right now called From Barrio to the University, and from hood to hooded, because I went from the hood to being hooded with a master's degree. That's kind of going to be like my title of my book, because I want to share my experience of, how the odds were against me and how I beat the odds, and how so many of you even today can say the same, right? How the odds were against you, but guess what? You're here today. The fact that you're sitting in this room today, you're on your way. This is a step for you towards the end result. You have to see the end result so that when you come every day, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you don't want to be here, you're exhausted from the weekend, you can say, I'm here because this is a step toward the end goal. What did you think about?
My little boy. Your
little boy, absolutely. Somebody else said family? Yeah. You know what I thought about? Chorizo con huevo. I don't know if you guys have ever had chorizo con huevo, but man, chorizo con huevo makes me happy. Man, ever since I was a little boy, my mom would say, man, mijo, get up. I got some chorizo con huevo. She didn't have to say it. I could smell it in the air. And those of you who have ever been around, somebody's making, and chorizo con huevo is Mexican sausage, okay, with egg. And of course, flour tortilla. And I got to tell you, I had that a lot growing up, obviously. I've still got a little bit I got to get rid of, but that's another presentation, right? How to work out. I remember we used to take school pictures. Remember the school picture? Everybody has a school picture like this one, right? You can't tell me. It's like, what is that in his mouth? Well, that's my tooth. It's kind of, I'm ready to bite into one apple and just take it out, right? It's just kind of hanging on there. And that's why I always tell students, look, if you're in high school or even here in the junior college, man, get involved. Get involved. Look around the posters, man. Show up at those places because you never know who you're going to learn from. You never know who you're going to meet. And it's pretty cool. And you know what? People are ready to meet you. You just don't know it. My dad, whenever I wanted to quit, I remember one time he said, puede ser. It can be done. And he would always give me that, puede ser. It can be done. People have done this all the time. People do this all the time. And so if they can do it, you can do it. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. I can do this. It's awesome. There's no excuse for a student not to go to college. No excuse. I took a course here in Mountain View. I took English 2302. I think it's the one with the Greek mythology. And I remember, having to go through all that and Dina, and that's when the movie Troy came out. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Now, you watch the movie and take the test, right? But yeah, it was AT&T, TXU, whoever, IKEA. Surround yourself with winners. Separate yourself from non-goal seekers. This is the hardest thing you will ever do, is to separate yourself from non-goal seekers. But I got to tell you, the more you go to school, the more you do well, the more you advance in your life, organically, it's going to happen. You're going to stop hanging around with those folks. I don't care if they're family members. You're going to separate yourself from them. It's going to happen naturally. And it happened naturally for me. And it's a hard thing because, I still relate to them. I still talk to them. But I got to tell you, I don't ask them for advice. I don't ask them for, help. I don't go to them for the things I used to, right? I go to my friends who are goal seekers. I want to go for people who are in the know. And guess what? Once you get your education, you're one of the people who are in the know. You just happen to be in the know. Because you know where to be, right? And you know where not to be. Isn't that cool? For me not to do well, for me not to excel, for me not to do well in school, it'll be really hard. Why? Because I'm surrounded by people who have been there and have done that, and they can tell me and point me in the right direction. This is the way you do it. You surround yourself around people who have the same goals that you have. And that's what I did. But guess what? It happened organically. I mean, we got to the point, we've been done for several years, but these folks said, you know what? We're going to go back and go get our masters because, we're part of the group. We got to catch up with the group. I mean, the group almost sets the bar. It's really weird. say, man, be careful who you hang around with, man, because there's some people that are going to keep you down. And the bar is going to be so low that you're like, man, this is great. I'm at the top. You right? I'm great, man. I'm at the top. I got to tell you, you're going to look around and you're going to say, wow, I'm on the littlest mountain I could be on. And there's huge mountains all around. And you're like, wow, I'm at the top. Yeah, you're at the top of the smallest mountain that you can climb. There's other mountains out there, man. It's time to keep going, man. Keep reaching for it, right? Hey, what are you doing? What's your problem? I thought you had to go. I thought we talked about this. Why are you over there hanging around with those guys? Why are you over there hanging around with those girls? And I saw what you did on Facebook. I saw what you did. Man, what's up with you? That goes totally against what we talked about. I say, somebody that can bust you in the nose with their words, right? I don't know if you guys have ever been hit in the nose. That catches your attention, right? It's kind of like, oh, you're like, whoa. It takes you a little while, right? You kind of stumble around. Your eyes start to water a little bit. You need somebody to do that with their words. Somebody that can just get you real good. And that way they catch your attention and say, you know what? Thanks for busting me in the nose. I needed that at that time. Hey, night school? I mean, you work all day and then you go to night school? Man, it's lonely. You know, you got an hour in between to like go to Jack in the Box, grab a couple tacos, and take off straight to class. And I've been there. I've done that. I had a lot of Jack in the Box, you know, now I'm tired of it. Taco Bell, I'll never get tired of. Taco Bell, man, it's just pretty good. Obviously, and once you decide where you want to live, once you have that vision in your mind, go after it. I'm telling you how to get there. This is how you get there. But you have to decide where you want to be, where you want to raise your kids, where is it that you want to live your life. And you go out there and do it. Go get it done. Pretty cool. Pretty cool day, right? When you show up and you're like, whoa, 2,500 in my name? What's that way I want to do? I need a laptop, right? It was an amazing day. I was so happy. I called my mom. Right? Mom, guess what? I got a scholarship. I said, oh, man, good, you know. They paid for my semesters, you know. It was right at the right time, you know. It was awesome. Enjoy your time in school. A lot of people show up and they're mad. You can't show up to class and be mad and expect to learn. I got to tell you, you got to show up, you got to be ready, you got to be motivated. You got to say, man, whatever it is that you tell me to read, I'm going to go home and read. You have to do it. You have to own it. Because if you show up and you're mad and you don't want to do the work, you're not going to do it. You're not. You're going to go home and you're just going to watch TV and you're going to go to sleep and you know, right before the test time, you're going to crunch. I was willing to do whatever it takes. I don't know about you, but are you willing to do whatever it takes? I got to tell you, you have to do whatever it takes. Nobody's going to call you and say, hey, you want a job? Nobody's going to call you and say, are you a speaker? Nobody's going to call you and say, do you know how to write a book? Nobody was calling me, asking me to come speak. I had to go do it, and I had to go do it now. If something was going to happen, I was going to do whatever I can to get the momentum to make it happen. You have to have that momentum in your life. Man, people build off of your momentum like crazy. I don't get paid to share my story about how I was bullied. Isn't that cool? You know, I wish I could show that bully now my checks, you know? Because of you. I get paid because of you. But it helps you to set a goal, and that way you go after it. If you don't have a goal, man, it's hard. It's hard, you know. So I read in the book one day that, you know, if you aim at nothing, you're going to hit it every single time. Okay? You might as well aim at something. That way you can hit it. You know what you're going after. But, you know, people, man, they don't have goals, and guess what? They never reach them. Why? They're not aiming at anything. Where are you aiming? You know, where do you have your life aimed? Because guess what? If it's aimed towards a vision, towards a goal, man, you're going to make it. You're going to make it happen. But there's dots across that line that's going to take you there. Pretty awesome. And every paid speaking engagement is a dot. A lot of people say, well, there's no way I could do that. I got to tell you, man, I did it. I busted it. It's all about where you put your energy, where you put your mind, where you put your goals, and you got a mark. If you got a mark, you hit that mark, man. But you have to put that mark there. And it's time for you to do it. Were you encouraged today? Thank you so much for letting me be here with you guys. Thank you so much.